All right, let's move into key takeaways. If you guys have any other instant reactions there, let us know. But we're going to talk about a lot of this game in the takeaways, so feel free to chime in as we go. First thing I want to talk about is a hot and not situation. This unit started off really well and ended just so awful. I don't even know what happened, but we didn't need them, thankfully. And that is the Tua and Jaylen Waddle connection. In the first half, I really thought Jaylen Waddle might be the one going for 200 yards. I mean, these two
dude.
were back on the same page. It looked like Tua's second year when he finally got the start. Him and Waddle having the Alabama connection. They were connecting left and right. Waddle making just some amazing catches in this one, really kind of showing out himself. I don't know if that's because he's feeling healthy or if he saw the trade rumors and was like, oh shit, I need to up my stock. Nobody wanted to give a first round pick. I don't know what it was, but the problem I had with it was that after those first two scoring drives that those two connected on, I mean, that was it. The passing game disappeared. I think Tua ended up with just as many yards as he had in the first half, like 170 yards or something like that.
Yeah, 174. Yeah.
So, like, you know, what I know we didn't need them. We didn't end up needing them. But for a while, it looked like that was going to be like the bane of our game, right? We were going to let them come back. We were going to let them back in it, similar to what we've done before, similar to the first Bills game. We were winning by double digits in that game. And then...
Oh, yeah, we were. Yep.
Devon Achane stole the show. And we will talk about him shortly. But do you have like concern still from the passing game being like just seemingly having such a good connection for a little bit every game, but it's only good for one or two drives and then it just completely disappears?
Yes and no. I mean, I irregardless of what happens, I think Tua has clearly regressed in a lot of areas, and we saw it again, and we'll talk about him later. Some of the interceptions that were question marks and the happy feet, and insert other topics that we will cover later. However, I think when your run game is working the way it was, we leaned on it, and it's what we've been begging this offense to do. Stick with it, Mike. For God's sakes, it goes really well. The game script is really well, and then in the run game, and then immediately when HN or somebody gets tackled for loss, it goes out the window and we lose games. And so I think early on it was big because I think Buffalo looked like they were gearing up to stop Achane to force Tua to beat them. And Tua took advantage of that early by hitting Waddle, hitting Malik Washington on a couple good ones, threw a dot to fucking Nick Westbrook-Akine. That was one of the most accurate, prettiest balls I've seen in a long time, fit in a tight window as he was diving down. And I think the Bills adjusted and they took away. They're like, okay, well, shit, let's take away the pass now. And then Achane blew up for, Achane had more rushing yards than Tua did passing yards. And I'm okay with that. Right. Tua at this point for me, and I don't mean to say this on a victory deck show, right? I mean, we just beat the Bills. We should all be shitting rainbows. But Tua to me is a game manager at this point in his career with the Miami Dolphins. At least he just don't fuck up, please. Too much, right? And I like to see him in Waddle. I do, and I think it was really beautiful. Some of the balls he threw to that one ball he threw to Waddle was stunning, right? And then Waddle and kind of seems to disappear at times, and I don't know if it's Tua or the script or the game or the plays that are being called or whatever the case is. But I will say this, completely opposite to what it sounds like I'm feeling. Ever since Tyreek Hill left with an injury, and I don't know if this is just coincidence, I feel like our big plays in the passing game have upped by a substantial amount, which is crazy to me, like crazy to think. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just coincidence, but you go back pre-Tyreek Hill injury, we hardly had any deep ball passes.
Yeah. It made no sense. We kept yelling about it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he goes down and I don't know, like a switch flipped. I don't know, because we're chucking it down the field when we shouldn't. Tua's like, fuck it. Let's see what happens,
Two just ridiculous interceptions on the day, too. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm sorry, arm punts.
Yeah, whatever. It's an interception. Yeah. And the first one he's sitting there laughing about. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
And apparently, the room.
Well, apparently, those were conversations that Mike McDaniel had with him saying, hey, chuck it up. Consider it a punt. See what happens. See if we can draw a flag. I hate that. I think that is horrible coaching.
You do that with a guy who has an arm. Not with a guy who does. I mean, the guy can only throw it 40 yards. What kind of punt is that? Put Bailey out there. The dude's balling this year.
Yes, he is. If I've been wrong about anyone, it's him.
By the way, that punt that landed on the 2 and just stopped. Shut up.
Yeah, that was wild.
Ridiculous.
That was wild.
Ridiculous. So overall, it was a pretty good game. A really good game. Really good game. But for Tua and Waddle, there's still work to be done. I can't help but imagine what Waddle would be with a real quarterback, honestly. Maybe I would feel differently about him. Because
you could join Abel and I.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, maybe. He had 5 for 84 and a touchdown on 7 targets in this game, and just like he gets behind the defense. It's just nobody there to throw it to him.
That's funny.
All right, let's go to the chat before we go to number 2, because I'm sure we have some people chatting about Waddle and stuff in here. He absolutely did.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
Every time Tua, when Tua's going to throw deep, because he has to wind up like he's like about to chuck the kickball that somebody kicked in his yard. I'm like, oh God, what's going to happen? Oh God, what's going to happen? It doesn't have that much room. The end zone's right there. What's he going to do? Oh my God, what's the hell? And then freaking Waddle is like, yeah, I got this, bro.
It was crazy. Like, hold my beer.
Crazy. Exactly. The first interception resulted in a 3-and-out. And then the second interception, I think we actually forced a fumble on that one. That was the one where Josh Allen, I think, was running. Like, he ran for like 15 yards. And then I think it was Brooks came over and punched the ball out. Or maybe Jack Jones.
It was Jones punched it out. And
Jack Jones is like an expert at punching the ball out.
That's all he does. He can't cover a cold, but he can fucking,
I don't care if he can cover as long as he keeps forcing fumbles.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. I don't know. There were some coaching decisions in this where I was like, I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but like, why? 3rd and 14? Hand the ball off? Why?
I don't know. Like, I get the whole, hey, it was 3rd and forever. Just take a shot, see what happens. It's an arm punt. Like, I get it. But that's not, I don't know. To me, that is just bad coaching. Maybe I'm jaded. I don't know. Like, that's not what I want.
Running the ball on 3rd and 14 is bad coaching too. When you're only up by 13, it was only 13-0 at that point. We were playing not to lose. Yeah, and it was awful. I mean, and we continued to play not to lose the whole game, but